All right, let's talk about something we've all seen, right? Those quotation marks that just show up in the middle of a sentence when nobody's actually talking. So, what are they doing there? They're definitely not just for decoration. Today, we're going to decode this powerful little piece of punctuation.
And it's a really good question. You're reading along, everything's normal, and then boom, a word is suddenly surrounded by quotes. Just think of it like the writer is tapping you on the shoulder, saying, hey, pay attention to this word. There's a little more going on here than you think. It's a signal to read between the lines.
Okay, take this example. You can just feel the sarcasm, can't you? The writer isn't actually calling this person a genius. No way. Those little marks completely flip the word's meaning upside down. And this, right here, is the perfect place to start to really get their power.
So yeah, these aren't just random. They're very specific, very intentional tools that writers use to add a certain tone, or some doubt, or a bit of extra meaning. We're about to break down the 3 main reasons they pop up, especially the ones you're going to want to remember for your exams.
First up, and this is the most common one, are scare quotes. And the name is perfect, isn't it? Because the writer is trying to kind of scare you away from the word's normal meaning. They're sending a signal that says, hey, I don't really agree with this, or psh, this word is kind of being used as a lie. It's a super clever way to slip an opinion in there.
So if we circle back to our genius, those scare quotes do all the heavy lifting. The writer doesn't have to come out and say, this person is an idiot. Nope, the quotes alone create that sharp, biting sarcasm that just mocks the whole idea. Okay, on to reason number 2. Sometimes a writer uses quotes on these big, kind of slippery ideas that don't have just one single definition. You know the ones. Words like truth, justice, or freedom. What these words mean can totally change depending on who's saying them. The quotes are a heads up that it's subjective.
And look at this example here. The word freedom instantly becomes, well, suspicious. When a dictator starts using that word, our alarm bells should be ringing, and the writer uses those quotes to get them started for us.
And that is the absolute key. The quotes create distance. The writer is basically saying, okay, this is what he calls freedom, but is it really? It forces us, the readers, to stop and challenge the word instead of just swallowing it whole.
Our third and final reason is for metaphorical use. Now, this one's pretty simple. It's just when a writer is using a word in a non-literal way, figuratively. The quotes are just a little flag to let us know that the meaning has shifted from its dictionary definition.
Here's a perfect, totally modern example. We all know you can translate a book from Spanish to English, but translate an emoji? You can't exactly look that up in a dictionary. The word translate here is really a metaphor for interpretation.
Right. The job is about figuring out the cultural meaning and what was intended, which is a lot like what a language translator does. But because it's not a literal language, the word translate gets put in quotes to show us it's being used in that figurative, kind of like this sense.
Okay, everybody, with exams coming up, listen up. This slide right here, this is your golden ticket. Pause here, take a screenshot, whatever you got to do to burn this into your brain. You've got the 3 big ones: irony, relative concepts, and metaphorical use. Knowing these will give you the perfect words to use in your analysis.
All right, enough theory. Let's get our hands dirty and actually put this stuff into practice. I'm about to show you 4 sentences, and your job is to figure out why on earth the writer decided to use quotes. Let's see how you do.